Facts that could save your life one day, part 1. When you see the flash of a nuclear blast, duck under a desk or behind a wall and cover yourself. It can save your life. Blue color of trust, you should trust me. About bears, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night. Solid piece of advice. If a tornado seems like it's not moving, then it's coming towards you. Remember, color of trust, you and me.
What are some real but crazy facts that could save your life? Conditioner will bind nuclear fallout to your hair and scalp. In the event of a nuclear attack, you should wash with soap and just shampoo. No conditioner, no 2-in-1. If your house smells like fish for absolutely no reason, 9 times out of 10 it means that there is an electrical fire. The other time it means you need to take a shower. Tobacco is aseptic. If you have a wound, you can pack the filing from a cigarette into it to stave off infection. It'll numb you a little too, so that's nice. If you have to determine if a wire is live, I know. Touch it with the back of your hand. Electricity causes the muscles to contract. That's why you see someone grab onto a live wire and then they can't let go. Garage door springs will kill you if you try to fix them yourself. Fact: if you end up having to survive in a forest, crickets or grasshoppers chirping is not annoying, it is your sign of safety. Crickets stop chirping when something big is moving close to them. This is definitely going to go on a TikTok video with a Subway Surfers background.
Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 2. If you ever fall off the edge of a subway platform and onto the tracks, don't waste your time trying to crawl back up. There's a crawl space built for a person to go underneath in case this happens. If you ever for some reason ingest windshield wiper fluid or antifreeze, drink large amounts of vodka to keep it from shredding your kidneys to give you time to get to a hospital. If a tornado looks like it's not moving, it's actually moving toward you. If you accidentally disturb a beehive or wasp nest, do not run for the water. They'll wait for you to resurface and then resume stinging. Just run as fast and as far away as you can, because eventually they'll stop following you. If a deer is running across the road, it's better to hit it than swerve and run into a ditch. But if there's a moose in the middle of the road, swerve and run into a ditch. Hitting a moose is like running into a brick wall.
3 facts that could save your life, part 4. If you ever disturb a wasp's nest, don't run for the water. The wasps are so smart they'll wait for you to resurface and then continue to sting you. If you're ever buried in an avalanche, you must spit. Your saliva will follow the gravity and you can dig the opposite way, making it easier to get out. Do you ever struggle in school, especially in math? All you have to do is take a picture of your math problem, and GothMath shows you exactly step by step on how it got the answer and the answer itself. Just in case your teacher is extremely annoying with asking you to show your work. The link is in my bio and it's completely free.
Tips that could save your life one day. When you go into a bathroom or changing room, make sure no one's looking at you using a two-way mirror. A two-way mirror means that someone on the other side could be looking at you, but there's an easy way to tell the difference. Put your finger on the surface of the mirror. If there's a gap between your finger and its reflection, then you're safe. But if there isn't, then it's a two-way mirror. If you're in an emergency and need to get to one floor straight away without any stops in an elevator, here's what to do. Press the closed door button and the floor you want to go to. Keep holding them down until you reach that floor. This will bypass any stops, and it's often used by emergency services. What if you're driving a car and suddenly you fall into water? You won't be able to open your car's door because of the water pressure closing it shut. You actually need to roll down your window. This will allow some water to go into the car. The pressure will then equalize and the doors will open automatically and you can swim out.
Facts that could quite literally save your life. What the fuck is that? If you don't have band-aids, use super glue to help close up small cuts. Super glue is known to help. This just sounds not okay. I would never use glue to close a cut. I'd rather just bleed out. When in the ocean, swim parallel to the shore if caught in a riptide. Don't fight against it. Or just don't swim in a riptide. Fun fact, I screamed at a lifeguard one time because I got caught in a riptide and he was walking to save me. Fucking walking. Use a condom to hold up to 2 liters of water if lost without water. To be honest, I would rather just die. If I don't have access to water, why the fuck would I have access to a condom? We are dying. Don't eat snow if you're in a cold climate. It makes your body colder and puts you at risk of hypothermia. Well, no shit, Sherlock, eating snow would make you cold. But hopefully if I was in a cold climate, I wouldn't be outside.
Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 3. If you're ever being chased by a polar bear, get completely naked and drop your clothes on the ground as you run away. Polar bears have really bad ADD and will thoroughly inspect your clothes before chasing you again. If you're ever buried in an avalanche, spit. Your saliva will follow the gravity and you can simply dig the opposite way. But if you're ever buried alive, the first thing you should do is take off your shirt and tie it around your face and mouth to prevent suffocation. Lying flat on your back is the best way to survive a falling elevator. If you ever get stuffed in the back of a trunk, disconnect the brake light wires. So when a cop pulls them over or you stop at a red light, you can kick open the door so that people know you're there. If you ever feel like someone is following your car, take 4 right turns and eventually it'll make a circle. If they're still behind you, that means they're following you. Don't drive home, just call the police and drive to a police station.
Little known facts that could save your life. Part 16. Each railroad crossing has a number on it. So, if your car gets stuck on the train track, call 911, give them this number, and they'll notify upcoming trains to stop. If your water ever smells like cinnamon, do not drink it. People often use it to cover up the scent of poison. Little known facts that could save your life. Part 12. If a power line falls next to you, do not walk or run. Put your feet together and do a bunny hop to jump and get away. This keeps electricity from traveling up one leg and out the other, which prevents you from being shocked by several thousand volts. If you ever fall off of the edge of the subway platform and onto the tracks, don't waste your time trying to crawl back up. There is a crawl space built to go underneath in case this happens.
Here are 3 facts that could save your life one day. So I would recommend for the next 60 seconds, sit down, shut up, and listen. First up, when it comes to warning flags at the beach, you may know a couple of them. So here are the beach warning flags you need to know if you plan on taking a dip in Satan's swimming pool. Including, and one of the most important, the purple flag. Indicating that dangerous marine life might be in that area, including that of jellyfish and sharks, and if present, will feck up your Wednesday. Next, burglars who are scouting a potential house target will often discreetly mark the house or the fence or the letterbox with one of these symbols, essentially telling other burglars like themselves if it's not worth it, if it's too risky, or if you are very wealthy. And thirdly, this is mainly for my female followers. If you're walking down a route that is potentially sus or you feel on edge, get your keys and place them discreetly between your fingers like this. Or even if you just have the one key, place it between your middle finger and index finger. And then if anyone tries anything, go ham! Now quickly send this to a friend because it could one day save their life. Egon!
Here are 3 tips that could actually save your life. Number 1, if you're stuck in an elevator, do not try to pry the door open and wiggle yourself out, because that will upset the equilibrium and you will be crushed. Number 2, if you notice a car is following you, do not try to go to your house. You need to make 4 right turns in a row to see if they're actually following you. But if they are following you, you need to go to a police station immediately. Number 3, if you're outside during a thunderstorm and your hair starts doing this, you need to seek shelter as fast as you can, because you're about to be struck by lightning.
Facts that could save your life one day, Part 9. Ducking under a desk or behind a wall and covering yourself when you see the light of a nuclear blast may save your life. Bears, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night. If you or someone else ingests a chemical that they aren't supposed to, don't immediately try to throw it up. Instead, call poison control because some of them do more damage when coming back up.